Yeet. You already know what it is. It's your boy, Kenzo the Great.
Ye-
And since John Cena turned heel, you know what I mean? We're gonna get your heel chance today. So this for the people that y'all first watch this on the playback. But I'm about to say it again when everybody get up in here. But anyway, before we do all that, you already know we got the merch. We got the Discord's free in the description box. Go and get that. What else could we tell you? Oh, your boys on Cameo. Make sure y'all go ahead and do that. That's pretty much I think all the promos for now. Cameo, merch, Discord, all up in the description box. Kenzo, you got anything you want to tell people?
Go check out other podcasts and stuff. The BSO podcast, I got a series on there. It's a ski mask. It's a little interesting. Go check it out. There's no way to really describe it. Just go watch it. It's gonna take too much of your time. It's about 3 or 5 minutes each. Got a couple out, a couple more dropping. We're gonna keep coming. Y'all go check them out.
You already know what it is. Yo, Unlimited, what's goody? All right, so let's pull up the card. I guess you know how we do. The best match we'll say for last. So let's start from the
Well,
least.
I'm going in the order they gave it to us. This is kind of seems there's one match to me that like it's out of order, but I'm gonna leave it how it is because I'm pretty sure it's the order of the card. And we do know how wrestling shows are. Sometimes they try to up down, trying to give you a little break, wrestling break, all that other type of stuff, unofficial wrestling break, all that stuff. But we gonna see where they at. I'm not even gonna mention them because I know we got them smart people up in here, and I know for sure Chance gonna know. Yeah, he probably gonna comment. So we're gonna start with the pre-show match, which is actually on the card that I found, which we don't always get that, even though I be complaining about it. So we got Big Boom, AJ, and the conglomeration, which is OC, Orange Cassidy, and your boy Mark Briscoe versus Johnny TV and the MX collection, which is Matt Snore and Mason Madden. So it's gonna be on the pre-show. Which tells me it don't really matter too much, but I'm gonna go with AJ and OC and them on this one. We don't really gotta go into too much detail if you don't want. I mean, you can do a little preview if you want. But it's the pre-show, so
Who you going with?
AJ and OC and them because I think it's gonna be a hype match because it's the pre-show. Get the crowd ready, blah blah blah. But I just think that's the way they're gonna go.
Yeah, I don't think the heel's gonna win. I agree. We ain't got to spend much time on that. I was a little iffy about MMM being there, but I guess there's a place for everything. So I mean, they serve their purpose. So it's cool.
Okay, this is gonna be a funny show.
What up, Donovan? Appreciate you. Yeah, we ready.
We got Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher in the steel cage match.
I don't even think that. Well, I guess it's gonna be the opening match. Like I said, that should be probably last. But I mean, depends on the shenanigans. Oh, in case y'all wonder why the boy got glasses because y'all wasn't here when we first started. John Cena went heel, so this is heel chance. But I'm gonna be a tweener because I got to be kind of polite while we doing this. But I mean, this tweener right here, Roman right here. But for a start off banger, that should be cool. I feel like it might steal the show. That should have probably been last, depending on the card. But I feel like Will's taking a lot of dubs. I mean, L's lately. As far as like big matches, I feel like he's got to win this. So I'm gonna go Will over Kyle. But I mean, I can't be mad at Kyle Fletcher either because I know they're building stars. One thing that people aren't talking about is that Will has put a lot of people over. Like for I don't know, it's because he wants to, he was asked to, or for the company's sake to build stars. But he did put Swerve over, which I thought was questionable at first, but that was a great match, and he put Swerve over. He made Swerve a little better. And he's put a lot of people over, like Kyle. So and Takeshita. Damn, I had it right last time because Takeshita isn't it? Takeshita, yeah, Takeshita. But I wouldn't be mad if Kyle won. Like to stop the long win, I wouldn't mind if Kyle won. But I think Will needs this.
Yeah, I'm going with Will here. Like you said, he took a couple L's. Not even just a couple L's. They are building stars. Kyle Fletcher is, damn.
He's one of the ones.
I was gonna say he was younger than me, but that's no longer that important because I'm getting old. But anyways, he is one of the up and comers. He's also on Ring of Honor. Not that means too much. I think he's still in the Don Callis family stable, which which I think gives you significant. we got a lot of professionals around, but I do think that's we've seen everyone they've been associated so far how that's been going for their runs. I don't really think you can say they have anyone who had a negative effect. You could say it didn't go as great as it could have been, but I think definitely would have been worse without Don Callis. Him with the Kenny Omega stuff, especially at the beginning, that stuff was gold. But yeah, I don't see. It's not that I can't see Kyle Fletcher winning here. I just don't think that's the way it's going.
Yeah, I can see Will with this one. I feel like Kyle's done this thing with Will a couple times, but I feel like it's time to get Ospreay back on that win streak.
All right, next up. Man, this card kind of fire. Anyways, MJF versus Hangman Adam Page. You want me to go first?
I'll let you go first because this is a hard pick for me, balls.
So I have one thing. I have not a big caveat, but I want to say this. I hope there's not too much counter programming on this. This is a pay-per-view. Like, this is one of yours. Do your thing. I don't want too much counter programming, but seeing how they've done things before, and I've seen a little bit of rumors of 20 wants to take back the reins, and when he had the reins, that was the company that they took out an ad to flex on NXT because they beat NXT or whatever. So I could see some counter programming on the way because it's more Tony's style. John Cena went here, as we mentioned. I could see a more heelish card winning today, and it might not have been in the cards before. Maybe it was. We're not on the writing team. I can't tell you for sure, but I feel like we're gonna lean more towards heels this show, or at least maybe that's just me and how I've been watching the show in my eyes. And again, the back of my mind, the counter programming. But I'm gonna go MJF here. I just feel like Hangman in the ultimate underdog. Obviously, you don't want to beat him down too much, but there's almost at this point right now, there's no loss he can't absorb. I think he should, not keep losing, but basically, him versus Kenny is really the match we're gonna have to see again at some point to close that story, close that loop. But I don't think he needs to win here as much as MJF. So I'm gonna stick with MJF. And Unlimited agrees with me apparently, so it's a good sign. You had your time to think. You still don't know.
I mean, it's sticky because Hangman's doing good work, right? So
right.
If they're building him, because I don't know, I think he's a face again. If they're building him to be that,
I would say
dude,
so.
Yeah, because he came to the defense of Christopher Daniels. If they're building him to be that dude, then L isn't really going to work for him. But with everyone leaving AEW and MJF's contract isn't like that far away, he's been losing a lot. Like, I'm pretty sure, unless he's cool with it, because obviously we don't know behind the scenes, that ain't a good sign if you keep losing and you want to retain MJF. Like, you're gonna have to get back in that good grace. So I'm gonna give it to MJF, but I feel like a L doesn't really help Hangman. I think Hangman is where we're gonna hit rock bottom and keep taking L's. I think we'll get the swerve, but for the Hangman, I think the L is gonna be bad for him. But like I said, for MJF,
I think it'd be worse for MJF is what for sure.
If MJF loses, that's definitely bad. Like, again, unless him and Tony are cool as hell, and he's like, "Nah, I'm cool. Let's run this." He can't keep taking the L. And we could do this topic another day. But unless things change, I think MJF is gonna be gone.
Yeah, it's looking real skedaddle-ish-y, but I ain't
yeah. What's next?
Today. Next up, my boy Okada versus Brody King for the AEW Continental Championship.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Let me tell you, and it ain't nothing against Brody, because I actually like the Hounds of Hell. I think they're dope. I think they look better in the stable. I love the graphic. I love the intro. We need to get a real game AEW so we can get that graphic because that shit is fire. But if Buddy ain't winning, you can't let Brody win.
Right.
Like, I really wanted Buddy to win in Australia, and he didn't win for whatever reason. You can't give it to Brody. Like, I mean, you can, but to me,
if you didn't if we didn't include the Australia part, I would 100% be like, yeah, it would make sense that. But since he didn't win in Australia, So like you said, if Buddy didn't win in Australia, why would you have Brody King win here? That was a perfect time. No, that would have been a crazy pop over there in Australia, and he didn't do it. So I don't see them doing it here. So I'm gonna go, with Okada. Like, I mean, I said he's my boy to start. You already know which way I was kind of going, but just to confirm for y'all.
Yeah. Unlimited said that Okada ain't losing to Omega, but I don't know how we get there due with the programming that he's going on now, and I don't see him doing another belt collector gimmick right now. So I don't know how we get
Now
there.
have to be after Okada drops the belt, no. But I don't see them being a mid card fight either. It's almost gotta have a belt involved. I don't know. Well, there's beef there. You can do a beef story if you write it right. But
This
I
is
don't
why
know.
this is why he should have lost to. This is why he should have lost to Buddy, because no disrespect to Okada, but I don't think Okada's doing anything for that belt. I think it was. I don't know what happened. Like, to be honest, it was cool when they were doing the whole thing with Okada and the Young Bucks and all that stuff and Jack Perry. I don't know what happened. Something happened because the Young Bucks took time off. Jack Perry's missing, so Okada's kind of left by himself. So I don't look. I know a lot of people hate on AEW, but when people make their criticisms or their critiques that actually make sense, like, I get it. That there's a lot of storylines and loopholes and things that I don't know what happened. I don't know where we went. Like,
Yeah,
like,
sometimes they
like,
just disappear.
like I said, Bucks is gone, Perry's gone. And Perry was doing some good heel work, so that was horrible timing. So, unless he got hurt, that was horrible. So Okada's by himself. He ain't doing nothing with that belt. So you should have gave it to Buddy, but you didn't. So here we are. Before I say what I'm gonna say, there's the reports of them unifying both titles. Okay, well, that would make sense if it goes to Omega. Okay, that makes sense. But before I mention what I'm gonna say, what else is on the card? Who else is fighting? Swerve and Ricochet. Who else?
We got Swerve and Ricochet, Monet versus Momo. We got the AEW Tag Champions, which is the Hurt Syndicate versus the Outrunners. We got the Women's World Champ, which is Toni Storm versus Mariah. We got Kenny versus Takeshita, and then we got Mox versus Cope. So plenty.
All right, this is what I'm gonna say. I don't know if it's gonna appear with Okada. At some point, I think Josh Alexander is showing up. I believe. I mean, I could be wrong because they could be holding that for another pay-per-view. But
it could be racist, but I'm gonna go during Swerve Ricochet.
Well, Swerve Ricochet, I think it might be Speedball.
Oh, that'd be
because that'd be a better matchup.
Indeed.
But if both show up, I don't know if you do Josh during Okada because then we can get some relevancy with that title, or if you do it during the Moxley Cope.
No, I don't know if I'd rather he hang around this belt if we're gonna do that. Unless if we're gonna unify them later, we're gonna unify them with the with the international. Which is, I mean, it's funny that I didn't see the reports, but the fact that Unlimited said that. Didn't you say something like that, or did you say like what's the difference, or they should drop one? Unify makes you said that. I could have sworn. So
yeah, I think at one point on the live we did talk about that they should definitely unify their belts, those two belts at least, because it's pretty much the same thing.
True. They watching the channel.
True, that's a long name to say, so I'm just call you True. Had to slide in and say, Yeet, what up, bro? I saw you pull up on the live when I was doing the WWE 2K. Appreciate you. I don't know if you'll watch AEW, but if you do, let us know what you think about it, and some predictions, questions, whatever you want to do. Unlimited Revolution has always been one of AEW. Yeah, definitely. But at some point, I think Josh Alexander shows up. I don't know at what point, or even if he does. But if I had to guess that he does, it's during one of these things. But if he doesn't, Okada got to retain because I don't see the point of Buddy losing. That doesn't make sense. I mean, of Brody winning because Buddy lost. So we can move on because we took like 85 minutes on that. My bad.
It's funny. I mean, look at it as actually short. That's not important. Good point. Next up, the tag championships is the Hurt Syndicate, which is Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin versus the Outrunners, which is Turbo Floyd and Truth Magnum, which I always try not to.
I'm gonna go first too. I could be wrong again, but this could be a hell of a show if all these things happen that I'm saying. Outrunners would get a crazy pop if they won, because I love the Outrunners. I like their 80s vibe or whatever they got going on. It's dope. But it's too soon for the Hurt Center to get to lose. And
Right.
I'm pretty sure MVP and Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, I don't think they're backstage politicers, but I'm pretty sure they're going to tell Tony no, it ain't time yet. But what if we get the Outrunner's about to win and Alexander pops up, Cedric Alexander pops up, and then we get because everybody said that he was supposed to be there a long time ago, so he's finally
Right.
free. What if he shows up and he helps them get that dub and it's a new member?
Really nice pop. I don't want. I mean, would it be a better pop than the Outrunners winning? I'm not sure. Um,
Probably not, but I think they'll be excited that they
he,
showed
he
up.
had a he got a raw deal in WWE pause, but it's like I think the Outrunners would be a bigger pop because of the way. I mean, it'd have to be. Thing is, like Unlimited already said, Revolution being one of their cards, it's not always been one of their best on the card storytelling wise. I gotta say, but the wrestling itself always bang. So
True said, yeah, bro, love wrestling. Started watching 87 to 88 Revolution, set to be pretty good. 87 to 88, that means you're probably around my age-ish, maybe a little younger. So yeah, I get you. Limited, I was wanting them to unify the IN or Continental with the TT title, but I don't know. They was gonna do it. Makes sense. Yeah, Kurt was definitely saying we ain't jobbing soon. True said that pop for Cedric will be huge. Pause. Yes, it would. Don't Cedric have a 90-day close? I don't know. And that's what True said, to be honest. I don't know. That's what you guys, you know what I mean? Some little people's up in here, y'all should be looking that up while we going live. Because I don't know if he has a 90-day clause. If he does, then disregard what I said. But if he doesn't, then I think that'd be a good time for him to show up. But let's just say he doesn't show up. Like I said, I think the pop would be huge for the Outrunners, but I don't think that the Hurt Syndicate, if they lose, it's too early. It doesn't make sense right now. Like, build that story to where maybe the Outrunners just keep losing and then they eventually win. Like, I'll go for that. Get a like a crazy pop for that. But the Hurt Syndicate, they're doing big work. A lot of fans are cheering. We hurt people like they're over right now. Like, let's not stop it.
very briefly on the clause, some people do have 90-day clause. Some people have a 30-day clause because we've seen that before. That's how a couple people jumped to AEW earlier than we thought was going to happen. And some people thought it was NXT is 30 days and WWE is 90 days, but it's really actually individual wrestlers and when depending on when they work their deals. So if he does have a 30 days is up yesterday. So that's why it's a possibility. But if it's a 90-day, yeah, forget about it.
42. Yeah, I feel you. True. I'm 45, so that means I'm older. I don't know what TK put an 90 clause for it, but yeah, I feel what you said, Kenny. Like some people have different. Some people have clauses. Some people Tony don't give a shit about, or WWE don't give a shit about, and like you just go. So I get it. But yeah. So again, we went long winded. Every time you talk, sometimes and we do this, which is it's good because you get more content, whatever. But sometimes I know when I ask you a question, or sometimes when I feel like they're asking me a question and I talk, I feel like Shannon Sharp when Molly's trying to go and he just keeps going and she's like real quickly and he just keeps going. It's like, bro, she said quickly. So I know we took mad long on that, but what's next?
We got some semi time limit, not real time limit. Next up, Mercedes Moné versus Momo. I mean,
what belt is it for?
The TBS.
I feel like Mercedes has to win, but then
why did that question? I think she has to win regardless. I mean, I can't.
Yeah, but because of the belt. But then again, it's like, but then Tony's doing the same shit that he was doing with the other promotions. Like, it's just his talent winning. Like, so doesn't she have to win? Like, to do something with that belt, take that over there?
So it's funny. I was just saying it didn't matter, but I was about to say if you had her with the women's belt, I could say it'd be a little bit more important in the fact that she's one of those people. She could take the belt on TV. She's been on other stuff, like she's been in the Star Wars joint. She involved in other stuff. She related to Snoop Dogg, all that. You could have her take that belt on TV. The TBS belt though, unless she's gonna be on a TBS show or go to a basketball game if they still got basketball. I think they have hockey. Unless she's gonna do one of them joints, I don't really see her, parading that belt in particular around. So I guess you have a valid point there. But at the same time, it's like she can't lose here. Like, and same, not to the level of the Hurst syndicate, like we said earlier, but definitely, I mean, it's not too soon. It's just, are you pushing her or not? If she lose here, well, I mean, we gonna back of the line? No, I mean, how else are you gonna see? Like, it's not WWE when there was only 6 of them on the roster and it losing. It was like, yeah, well, we'll see her on Raw. Well, who cares?
So you think Mercedes retains?
Yeah, I think she has to. Or it's not even shenanigans. She's the heel. Yeah, she has to.
I'm gonna say she wins, but to prolong, to make this story like go, somebody got to show up. I don't know who, but somebody got to show up and face her and like actually look like a real challenger. I don't know who. I don't know who it'd be, but it's got to be somebody.
I did a brief check while you was talking earlier. When I knew this match was coming up, I was seeing if there was because we done so many returns. That's exactly what I looked up. But I didn't look up any new people coming in. I looked up if anybody coming from injury, and I didn't see anybody in particular that interests me. So I don't know.
Somebody like, and I wanted to say Camille, but supposedly there's like friction there, and some shit's happening because unless they're like storyline purposes. But supposedly, from I saw on one of the content creators that AEW hasn't even promoted the fact that Camille is in Queen of the Ring, and she's like one of the biggest stars in that. Like she has a big part in there. Right. All they've been talking about is Tony. Like they haven't even really been talking about Camille. And when Camille was asked like what's going on with AEW, her publicist was like, "Yeah, we ain't answering those questions." So unless it's story shit, that's not gonna happen. But essentially, Camille showing up would be great. Because she was the bodyguard, and then she wasn't, so she can come back like, "Yo, look, fuck that! Like, it's my time. Like, it's my belt." But like I said, since there seems to be something really going on there, like, then I don't know. I don't know. I say she retains, but somebody got to show up. No one should beat her unless it's Camila or Megan Bayne. I definitely believe Megan Bayne, but I think, I guess start Megan Bayne off with the TBS. I was gonna say like the look herself. Looks champion wise the same like we were saying with Jade, but I guess because
it's going to be a banger match. And Sasha, I said Sasha. Mercedes Moné go have to fail up because I mean you can't drop her out. If it's going to be in a way because we did this before with the TNT on the men's side. You lost the TNT, you went after the World Championship because you're like, well, yeah, I lost it, but look at my reign, look at this, look at that, which I'm not sure she can say too much, but we'll whisper that part in the back. So. Bea Priestley is not a bad shout. I don't know if you could come in and give her the belt though.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like, I mean, she could probably come talk ish, but as far as they just need something for Mercedes. You almost made me say her other name. They just need something for Mercedes because I love her heel work, and I think she's doing like Jericho. Like people are calling her aggravating and annoying, and she's feeding into it. And like she's really making you feel like she's annoying and like that. But for the story to go like right now it's kind of like it's starting to be like what's the word? Just on cruise control. Like they need to give her somebody like a Britt Baker coming back would be cool, but we don't know what's up with Britt Baker. Is she done? Is she gone? Supposedly she has time off, but I don't know. She looks like she might be done. But to push the storyline, they need somebody. Mercedes should just go to the main title. Yeah, definitely.
That's what I just said. Yeah.
I mean, she definitely needs to go to. I mean, just go ahead and collect all the belts, I guess, and then just start losing. But Julia Hart, Anna Jay, Sky Blue, like Megan Statlander, Willow, like maybe a rematch with Willow. Like somebody needs to come back and be like, "Yo, like I'm tired of you being the champ. Like, let's go." But again, we can move on. I mean, maybe the card is this fire that we talking like OD about what's happening.
No, the card. That's what I was saying. When we got to like the third, I'm like, time out. This card again. Maybe the storytelling might not all the way be there, but as far as wrestling go, this shit should bang. So next up, speaking of wrestling and not the best storytelling, Ricochet versus Swerve.
And again, I think. Oh, Athena would be cool, but I don't know what they're doing there, but she would be cool. I think Ricochet knows that people are talking shit about him. He's really taking the heel. I think he's doing good work. I think he's doing great
for sure.
So
I like him in general.
He's being OD annoying. Like We get it. This would be the segment that I said maybe Speedball would pop up and help Swerve win. So then because you would you rather see Swerve versus Speedball or Speedball versus Ricochet? I think the better match is Ricochet and Speedball.
Better match
because they're both athletic and
better match probably Ricochet. Better story, like because I mean, I don't nothing against Ricochet, but based on what I've seen so far, again, heel Ricochet is doing good work. I gotta say that too. But he's not Swerve. Like I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Like you feel me? Like as far as the company goes, and I mean, they basically strapped the rocket to his back when Swerve got there. There was some fumbles.
So who you got then? Huh? Who you got then?
Winning? Swerve.
Yeah, okay. Shenanigans or no shenanigans?
Oh, definitely shenanigans. 100%.
I said this last time. I don't know if y'all listened because I feel what you said, Limited. I think Nana does turn on Swerve. Because I think it's time for Swerve to do something different. And the Nana thing, like it was cool, but I'm not really sold on him as a manager. No disrespect, because obviously you have a legacy of with wrestlers and stuff. So no disrespect, it just doesn't work for me. So I would like to see him. So it's going to be either that, or that could happen too. Swerve could still win, but it could be Nana turning on Swerve, and then maybe Speedball coming to help Swerve, and then we get the Ricochet Speedball. At some point, I think Speedball going to show up though. Like we got too many people that are supposed to be coming now, like Josh, Speedball, and I said Cedric. So at some point, these people are going to pop up. I just don't know which one are going to pop up, but I'm going to throw out that he might pop up for this one. But I got Swerve too, though. What's next?
Next up, we got AEW Women's Championship. It's Toni Storm versus Mariah May.
This is the only time. I mean, it probably could have been before too, but this is one of the times I wouldn't mind them playing hot potato with the belt. Like I love Toni as champion, but Mariah's promos. I mean, I think I said this maybe last live. She only been in AEW, I think, a year. Bro, her promos and what she's doing, and she looks good. Like no funny shit. Like I think I wouldn't mind if it went back and forth, but I'm gonna go with Toni. But I wouldn't mind if it actually was on some hot potato shit. Before you answer, you might have something there unlimited. AW doing more releases, so people too are coming in. Yeah, I believe you. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Toni, but like I said, I wouldn't be mad if we were going back and forth because this feud, I could watch this feud. Like the promo they did, like that I posted, where I always think it's mad disrespectful when someone spits in your face, whether it's not spit or not. That shit is just you can't give me no bread for that. Like you just can't. But the work that they did on that promo, that shit was crazy. Like fire. I feel like they can't make a mistake with Toni and Mariah. Yeah, they're doing out the park type work. But who do you got? You guys can say who y'all got too, because I don't know if y'all saying who y'all got in it. But
I mean, Unlimited been saying who you got, but I got Mariah May here.
What?
You said hot potato, but I mean, it don't even got to be hot potato. We could just switch over to her. I mean, I think the heel work is good, and we've seen her be a babyface on NXT before, and I think the babyface work, that's where she really shined. So but if we do this right, like they said, there's no real wrong way to do this if you do it correctly in the match. I think if you switch over to Mariah May, that's fine with me. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it gotta be. I'm not saying because of this, because that. I'm just saying I think it's a good time to switch it over. Toni been a good champ. No funny. I mean, but again, with the way the division going, ain't like she's not gonna have another crack at it if she lose here. So I think Mariah May should get the strap.
Yeah, I'm going Toni. If Mariah wins, not even mad at it. If Mariah does win, that I think pretty much solidifies, she's here. Right. And I think they should get it after that though. Like not go back to all right, well, Toni gets a rematch again, because technically you deserve a rematch. But I think if she wins, they should just dead it right there. True says, personally, I want Storm to win, but they're both great, so no loss either way. Yo, you remember I posted this in the community post, because it was to say that every company fumbles somebody. But you remember the crazy work they had her doing in WWE? getting pie in the face and this. That was
Yeah.
crazy. Like Tony, we always knew Tony could go, but yeah. So I got Tony, but I'm not gonna be mad if Mariah wins.
I mean, we got to go there, but I want to say, since maybe I'm being a little harsh, I want to say since Edge, Lita, and the Hardys, I don't think they've done a romance story properly since. Like we could talk about the Bobby Lashley, that Rusev, Lana stuff. Like we could go all day on that. So we don't even got to go there. So the pie in the face was just a latest. Was just another one in a long line of.
Do you think? I don't even know where he stands. Do you think Wardlow's ever coming back? Because it would be perfect time for him to show up somewhere here.
To wrestling, I think so. To AEW, I'm not 100% sure. I don't know what that contract looked like. Again, we don't check that stuff regularly.
Because that one I don't think is Tony's fault. I think he's been injured a lot.
Yeah, but it's also no. I was gonna say it was anybody's fault, but it hasn't worked. Every time they try to start, there was times where they didn't push him, and then there's time that they decided they was gonna push him, and then boom, injury. And then he's MJF's bodyguard, but now boom, injury. Like again, not anybody's fault, but it's not looking good. That's all I'm saying. But
I feel you. Who we got next?
Next up, we got the International Championship, which is Takeshita the champion versus Kenny Omega.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, brother. This is sort of hard to pause because Takeshita is having a hell of a run. But we all love Kenny because that's, if you know, Kenny's my best friend. Or, me and Kenny are best friends too. But, me and Kenny Omega are best friends. We went to watch Spider-Man: No Home together in Orlando, Florida. Some people, you seen the video. If you ain't seen it, it's on the channel. But it's time for Kenny to have some gold. Like, because he's closer to the end than the beginning, so he's got to have some good runs before it's over for him. So I'm gonna go to Omega, but Takeshita has had him and Fletcher have had a great run, but I'm going to Omega. Wardlow is still injured, I think, or he was backstage but waiting on creative. So anytime he can come out, that would be good. And you got Omega, yeah. Omega's just too good. Like, he needs some gold, especially if they're going to unify that. He's the one to unify it and then put the next guy over. So that makes sense.
Yeah, I would like that's what I was thinking.
Because the unification doesn't make sense for the next big pay-per-view.
Or for Takeshita. If we're going to even stay on that. If you're going to have them be unified, who out of those two who makes more sense? Got to be Omega, right?
But that's beating Omega 3 times. That's crazy. If he beats Omega 3 times, and that's what Kenny said, then you definitely goated. Like, you solidified. So depending on how AEW wants to roll with it, then. But I got Omega though. Who you got?
Omega. We got to be.
All right, what's next?
Last but certainly not least, for the AEW World Championship, we got Mox. Should have wore that shirt today. I think my girlfriend stole it. Mox
I do need a Mox shirt.
Yeah, I'm rocking with Mox here. No offense to Edge, Adam Copeland. The Cope thing, I don't like it. Well, ignoring the fact that I just said I don't like that part. I don't see him taking the strap and carrying the company. Like, I seen a stat. This shit was crazy. I think it said Jinder Mahal's run was longer than all 4 of Edge's runs as a champion. I was like, damn, this dude has never held the belt. Is he gonna try to hold the belt now? Because it's too late, son. I don't know. I don't know if that was just because I read that fact, or if I was already thinking of it before I read the fact. But I just don't see him at this point having a long run. Why give him the belt again? We're not gonna hot potato this belt, So
yeah.
No offense, bro. You still got it in the ring better than I would have thought. Again, I ain't in the ring. I ain't going. I just I box here and there. I ain't in the I ain't messing my back up. But That's kind of the point. You literally done messed your back up and all that already. Like, I don't see you carrying this belt long term, and it's literally the big boy belt, you know. So if those things still matter, which, you know, old school wrestling fan still matter to me. So
I'm gonna say that his Wi-Fi probably went out. I mean, not his Wi-Fi. I think his laptop probably died. But oh yeah, there he goes.
I had a notification. I tried to close. I closed the tab.
Oh, okay. I thought your laptop died.
No.
What Unlimited said is what I'm thinking. It's like, I don't know how because does Tony listen to people saying that the Death Rider storyline is whack now? Because if he does, then you got to get the belt off of Mox. And to do that, either Cope wins or we get the Christian cash in. And that could happen two ways. We can cash in, Christian wins, he's the champ, and we see what happens after that. Or we could do Christian tries to cash in, maybe on some triple threat ish, and then Cope still wins. You know what I mean? I think something happens with the cash in, but I like Mox. I like him as champ. I think. Oh, then we got the Wheeler thing. Where is he still on Mox's side, since he kind of looked like he was going with Cope when he shook his hand, and Cope was like, "That's respect." And then, you know, him and Moxley and Wheeler got into it. So does Wheeler help Cope? This one's crazy to me because I don't really know where we go with the Mox thing, because, like I said, I like him as champ. I don't know where that storyline's going. It's gonna sound dumb, but I need to see the belt already because the belt's been gone for too long. Like, I need to see the strap. Right. But then again, do people want Cope as champ? Does Christian cash in? Do we see a Christian? I love Christian as heel. I don't like his group per se. Like, I feel like he could do more as a heel or better work. I mean, I do like his promos because, like, no disrespect, when he be talking about dead people, like, that shit is wild. So I do like his promos and how he be going at people. But I think he can do better as a heel. So do we get heel champ Christian? I don't know.
If we're saying Christian cash in is in, then that's when I'm going to say Cope has to win. But if that's not what's happening, then I'm still going to stick with Mox. But I can see that going well. Or, you know, he comes in before it's over. There's different ways to go about it.
There's going to be some shenanigans. I know this. Yeah,
this might be one of our hardest cards to predict, definitely for AEW, but maybe since we've been on the channel in general.
And it doesn't help. It doesn't help that the stories ain't really helping me figure out what's going on.
That's what I'm saying. This is going to be if you again, this is a wrestling one. Like, this is going to be an anti-Raw. Like, this for the action again, which is what Revolution has traditionally been. I do want some loose ends tied up. I don't expect a lot of loose ends to be tied up because this is not their WrestleMania. You feel me? So at their at that point, we're going to be closing a lot of more stories. This is, getting we basically at that peak at a crescendo.
Let me ask you a question. I'm asking you a question too, but this is for a limited true and whoever else is watching. If Christian did cash in and win, would y'all be happy with that, or would you not be happy with that, or would you be like, whatever? But for my pick, I'm just gonna say Moxley retains, but it's gonna be so much heat if Moxley stays champ. But then I could see like some of the creators be like, oh Lord, they gave it that old ass Cope. Like, now he's the champ. Now another old champ running AEW.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's exactly what's in the back of my mind. Like, this is again. Would the Cope win Christian cash in be cool? Heck yeah, but Christian and Edge are the same age. Like, they came in together. We got the same problem here. Old guy, which is what we're trying to avoid. Not to say that Mox some type of spring chicken, but at the same, it's like I would again.
Oh, question for you.
I guess we might be hot potato in this belt.
I got a question for you. I got a question for you though.
Go ahead.
And you guys can chime in too, obviously. Christian has been TNA World Heavyweight Champ or no?
I could see the belt in his hand in my brain. I believe so.
You believe he's been TNA champ, right? The world?
I'm listening. We can pull it up. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm asking, like, do you know or you don't know?
I'm pretty sure he has. Yeah.
Okay. Because he was never WWE champ.
No.
Okay, Unlimited CA was. So what if? I mean, he's been going back and forth too. But what if Edge, since they're best friends, joins his friend to help Christian become a champ?
That could work.
He beat Omega for the Impact one. Okay, cool. I didn't know that. Well, I probably did. I just
Oh,
forgot.
I do remember that. That was not what I was thinking of. I was thinking about like before.
Yeah, I was thinking about old run, but yeah, okay.
That happened too. I'm pretty sure it happened in the old run, but I could be wrong. But yeah, that definitely happened. Now that I remember that.
So you see him joining his friend and be like, yo, I want you to get your shine.
I could see it, bro. I could see it happening, but I wouldn't be happy with that.
You wouldn't?
No, I mean.
So for your money, who do you want to win? Mox?
It's not. I mean, again, it's not really about. I mean, yes, but it's not even really about who wins. I mean, it's like Unlimited said. If this is gonna be the main event, it better be a banger. And if it's gonna be a banger, I don't see. I mean, damn, maybe I just don't see a banger including an Edge win unless we get in the cash in as well. Then it's a banger for sure. But at that point,
okay, I got you. How about this? This is where I'm gonna throw it all in. So this to me would be better booking, and I think we'd be satisfied. I still don't know who wins though, but Mox and Kofi, boom, 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 going back and forth, whatever. Christian comes in to try to cash in. Then we get Josh Alexander. He comes in. So at this point, I don't know who wins, if it's Cope or Mox. I'm gonna say Mox retains because of it, maybe because of all the shit that's going down. But then that pushes. I think you said you didn't want Josh to be there that quick, but this pushes Josh and Mox, so we do get a quote unquote younger dude that could actually like wrestle in the heavyweight championship picture, and not another old guy. And I think Josh and Mox would have a banger.
I mean, when I said I didn't want him in the picture right away, I'm just saying you could do it. There's ways to go about it. I'd prefer not, but I mean, I'm not hating too hard if that's what's happening. As far as getting 3 or 4 dudes involved here,
there's got to be hell of a shenanigans happen for this to be a main event, because the main event should have been Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher steel cage. That just screams, or Kenny versus Takeshita, because you know they're gonna go.
You saying that, but
there's potentially like three, because there's potentially 3 matches of the night.
Sam, which one? You said Ospreay Fletcher.
That could be match of the night. Takeshita versus Omega could be match of the night. And depending, I'm probably gonna hate for this one. Depending on how they go in the wrestling match, it could be Mercedes and Momo.
Okay. That I didn't have that one. I had I could see the other 2.
Swerve and Ricochet.
No, I only had like one off the top of my head was Steel Cage, and if you asked me for 2, I probably would have said the first 2. But I mean, again, no hate. I wasn't gonna go the Mercedes route. It's probably gonna be a good match. Like I said, the card is like a banger. But I'm looking at this right, and we saying it shouldn't be the main event. I mean, I could have seen Mercedes being the main event because she's Mercedes, but I wouldn't have. It would have been crazy.
Mercedes wouldn't be a main event. I'm talking about one of the matches of the night.
I'm saying, but one of the but we're saying why we got there is because we said if this is gonna be the main event, it gotta have shenanigans because it gotta be a banger, and then we went into what other ones could be bangers, so that's why I mentioned that. But it's like Swerve Ricochet could be good too, but that was never gonna be main event because the stakes are too low, basically. That's the thing. It's got to be a belt, right? And then you think so. It's got to be Takeshita Kenny, but the thing is that belt's being unified, right? So now you got to put the Okada and Brody King closer to the end because those belts are basically equivalent if we're going to be unifying them, which I don't think you can put that all the way down to the bottom of the card. And that's where you lead to a little bit of a problem. And I think that's how they ended up with the Mox. And again, it's the big boy belt anyway, so why not have it in the main event? But I was looking at the card, and again, it's going to be a good card. More wrestling than story. I've said that like 5 times now, but it's at the same time, it's like I think they landed on what was going to be a main event. Again, we want it to be a banger because it's the main event, but I think when you look at the card and you really, really look at it, it was probably always going to be the main event.
Ricochet and Swerve could be the match of the year. Match of the night. I do agree. I love wrestling. This match should have been open. This match should have opened the show if it wasn't going to main event. I agree. Or second to last match would have been bad. But yeah, unless they have something crazy written for this ending. There's no way that this should have been the last match. And you know, and you know I fuck with Mox. You know I fuck with Mox.
Huh?
And you know I fuck with Mox. But with the way that the card is, there's no way, unless there's some crazy shenanigans, that this should have been the last match.
I feel like we said the same thing for what was that match where the explosions didn't go right? It was Kenny. Was that Kenny versus Mox? I think it was. But yeah, it was supposed to be a big thing with this didn't have to be the last fight, but since they're doing it like that, it better be a banger. And then it kind of was good in the ring, and then they did those Fizzy fireworks, and it did not work out too well. And that was a big disappointment. They were a laughing stock for who knows how long, even though the fireworks weren't really the big point. But when you do that level of crescendo and you fall flat, it's it's like,
so Okada Brody is before Kenny, right?
Yeah. Okada King is the first belt on the card. So
I would like to see when Omega wins, like Okada come out, like, all right, bro, like it's time to run it back.
Are you saying? Oh, you're saying if Okada wins?
Well, yeah, obviously if Okada wins and he has the belt, and then Kenny wins, I want to see Okada like either showdown or come out and like beat up Kenny and be like, bro, you know what time it is. I believe it will be shenanigans and Colt versus Mox and you Death Rider member. Bro, I would love. I don't know if I said I wanted to heal Josh Alexander to be in Death Riders, but you know who should have joined Death Riders? Like, because the heat was definitely there. It should have been Jack Perry.
That'd have been nice.
Like Jack
with the biker look and all that could have been dope,
bro. Like maybe he does come back. We don't know because there could be people back. We don't even know come back. So
what if a stack roster?
What if Hobbs comes and join Mox?
Hobbs, that'd be crazy.
That'd be fire. I could see him as a Death Rider. That'd be fire. But yeah, so that's basically all our predictions. You already saw who we thought would be match of the night potentially. Jack Perry. No, I don't like the Jack, to be honest. Like, no disrespect to him. I don't see it. I don't see it.
I read the comment. I was like, I can't wait till Chance reads it because I was like, yo, you're not gonna agree with that.
I don't see it. Like, and the retribution didn't help him at all. But I saw him. His look was better in NXT, but
NXT the run was him versus Keith Lee. How the mighty have fallen because both of them are. What was it called again? You just said it. What was it? What was the statement name? Yeah, that's ruined everybody involved. Me and Yim changed 3-4 times now. Still can't get out of the mid to lower tier of the women's bracket. We're not talking WWE now. Let's just that damaged careers, and they were wearing masks. Obviously we're wrestling fans. We knew who each person was, but literally, I'm pretty sure even WWE knew, and that's part of the reason why they put them in masks. Besides the whole character thing, it was like, let's not tell them that these are those people because this is not our best writing. We just showed up wrong.
So check this out, people. One, I appreciate everybody being here, and I hope y'all smash that like button to get us an algorithm. You got to smash the like button and comment because it gets us an algorithm, puts us with the other YouTubers. So we appreciate y'all doing that. We got the Discord, it's free. Make sure y'all join if y'all want to like talk one-on-ones or with a nice little group community. We got the merch. This is Shawn Michaels John. We got merch. Check that out. Your boys on Cameo. If y'all want a special shout out, that's cool. But I'm gonna give y'all some questions real quick. Give you like maybe 2 minutes of questions because my laptop is on 18%, so it's gonna die pretty soon. So I'll give y'all like 2 minutes of questions if they keep coming. But y'all know the deal. If it slows up, we out. But questions real quick, and then whether it wants to be about me and Kenny, WWE, AEW predictions, whatever. Like questions real quick, and we out. I remember when people were saying Sammy, I didn't think about Sammy. Sammy's not signed to TNA, is he? Because him and Mox was supposed to have been got together. That would be crazy if Sammy shows up. Now, if Sammy shows up tonight, Kobe ain't winning. Ain't nobody cashing in. That's limited. Because I don't think he signed to TNA. I think he's still a free agent.
What the hell?
I need to get one of those ports for my Mac. Then I can put way more things. Actually, I think does this work? Let me see.
Me and Home Depot are really acquainted. Me and extension cords.
Yeah. All right, so that didn't work. No, it didn't work. Yeah, I definitely need that. Yeah, Death Rider's Death Machine. Yeah.
He is signed to MLW and TNA.
Like recently?
I mean, that's what this shit is showing me. What a second.
I thought he was a free agent. Oh well, I guess that's not good. But if he showed up, that would have been crazy, and that would definitely get that storyline going, and probably people will stop hating on that storyline. Or maybe that was something that was going to happen. Because remember we talked about, I think Shane had something to do with it, which I still believe that, especially when they said that Shane wanted equity, and that's probably why I went south. But what if Sammy was supposed to come up there with the Death Riders, and Tony wasn't really effing with him, and he said, "All right, cool, I'm just going to sign with these dudes then," because John did file for I think their old stable name that they had. I think he did file for that for a copyright.
Oh, I should have looked at that.
But it's all good. Y'all got questions? Because like I said, I got to be out, so because of my laptop. So y'all got questions? Throw it out there.
Yes. Sami Callihan was on TNA this week, so for sure, sign TNA. Yeah.
Oh, maybe that does work. Oh.
Moose versus Jeff Hardy. What the heck? Yeah.
Well, Jeff is there, so I didn't know they fought him.
No, this it's a X Division Championship ladder match this Friday.
Him and Sammy?
No, Moose and Jeff.
Oh, okay.
The hell Jeff doing going for belts still, man? Man, I seen Jeff do a swanton bomb the other day. I thought he died. I mean, you always think he died, but I really thought he died.
All right, Limited. Appreciate you showing up like always. Everyone that showed up in the chat, I love True, Unlimited. Appreciate all y'all for showing up. If you're here, didn't say anything, we appreciate you. Stop being shy. We don't bite. There's no dumb question in wrestling. But yeah, appreciate y'all. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the other do the rewatch. Kizzle, you got any parting shots?
No, not today. We're gonna see if that Revolution really be kicking tomorrow. Not sure how we're gonna get the after show. I mean, Chat's gonna be here for show. Me and him going on the post show workout. How gonna get me on there too? But it should be fire. If they drop the ball here, it's WWE right on the they foot on their neck, and it's WrestleMania season. So
yeah, it is. I love wrestling. I appreciate you subscribe. Yeah, definitely pop up more, bro. Like we here. Like it's all goody. It's a good family we got right here.
Well, yeah, let's drop some more.
But we appreciate y'all. Be yourself. Eat.